Well, hello, my YouTube family everywhere. This is Jason, the Canadian YouTube creator. That's right, guys. But also known as Jason Cosmic RSSP Authority, my friends. That's right. It's a beautiful spring day in the powerful country of Canada. And I'm standing, as you can see, in front of a powerful old building with a lot of history, the Scottish Rite building, my friends. And you know what? It relates to what we're going to talk about in a way. It really does, because I want to talk to you and discuss, my friends, and break down a little bit the amazing U.S. Constitution. Yes, even though I'm in the powerful country of Canada, but the United States is our neighbors after all. And I think the amazing values that came out of the Scottish Enlightenment, therefore the U.S. Constitution, I think in a lot of ways it relates to what's going on here in Canada, my friends. It absolutely does. And we're going to discuss, actually I want to first, my friends, give credit to Dark Journalist, because the last few live streams he's been talking a lot about the U.S. Constitution. And you will see and hear in my video, my friends, how the CIA are trying to divide and conquer. They're trying to strip away those amazing values from the Scottish Enlightenment, the U.S. Constitution. They absolutely are, my friends, and we cannot let them. We cannot let them rebuke our power and sovereignty anymore, my friends, okay? So just before we go on, just a quick reminder, everybody. If you think I have value to share with humanity, of course, in my own unique way and style. If you guys enjoy my videos, I think I have a lot to offer, my friends. I'm a hardcore researcher. I'm trying to dig in, fighting for the freedom of humanity everywhere. I kind of feel like I'm a galactic agent fighting for the freedom of humanity, my friends. That's right. And you guys know, one of my lifetime goals is to penetrate this black budget technology for us. And there's very few people on the planet that have noble intentions in trying to do that, guys. And I think these are the most important issues of our times, the real secret space program, my friends. And guess what? It relates to the amazing U.S. Constitution. It affects my beautiful people, my powerful country of Canada, guys, and all of our ally nations, and really people around the world. It absolutely does. Whether you're talking about the missing trillions, my friends, you know, there's a whole kaleidoscope of topics, my friends, and we're talking about free energy generation propulsion systems. Okay, guys? Absolutely. And again, the missing trillions, my friends, they're financially harvesting the planet. We're watching literally a leveraged buyout of the planet, you could say, my friends, largely for military UFO flying programs. Okay, guys? We absolutely are. So, as I was trying to say, my friends, after that ramble, but really, guys, if you enjoy my videos, hopefully you do, I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you give me the thumbs up and hit that church bell. I don't have it with me. I normally ring it. Hit it, my friends, so you can be notified for my future videos, okay? And feel free, everybody, to share my videos, and feel free to leave a comment. Guys, I read them. I really appreciate your engagement. And I'm still wondering, it looks like there's some censorship going on in my videos, my friends, just because I'm trying to speak the power to truth. I'm trying to bring transparency and truth on the real secret space program and all kinds of issues related to it, my friends. I'll give you an example of censorship. I think I did a video, excuse me, guys, on the missing trillions, and I've had almost 5,000 views. I'm very thankful, guys, and we're going to get into the U.S. Constitution in a moment. But I got a great response. However, I hardly had any comments. I only had like one comment. I've always questioned, my friends, I think I know the answer. Is the CIA in the rabbit hole of YouTube? You know, I use these platforms respectfully, guys, but I ask, is the CIA, elements of them, are they in the rabbit hole YouTube controlling some of the censorship? Well, you could bet the answer, guys, is probably a yes, unfortunately. They love to have incestuous relationships with mass media. This includes probably Facebook too, in some degree, and I'm sure YouTube, my friends, unfortunately. And you know what, guys, on this video, I'm also going to challenge elements of the CIA. I'm going to challenge you guys, leave me alone. Let's see how far I can grow this channel without any censorship from you guys, okay? Because I know there's good people even in the CIA, even though we know largely they're unconstrained and out of control. But the good guys in the CIA that are controlling censorship on YouTube, my friends, leave me alone. Let me try to grow my channel, okay? Because on the Missing Trillions, for example, I know there was censorship, my friends, or I'm almost positive, because I could have swore that I saw about 5,000 views come up, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if it was the next day or a few hours later, I went down to like 4,600. And a friend of mine, he also saw that I hit that number, 5,000 subscribers, my friends. So what is going on? I mean, come on, guys, give me a break. And YouTube, so promote my videos, would you? And my friends, I know with your support we could grow this channel. It means a lot to me, okay? And you guys mean a lot to me. You really do, guys and gals out there. So let's get into the U.S. Constitution, all right? Well, first of all, the U.S. Constitution, you know, it states that we all come from divine creation, right? And our rights to freedom, liberty, happiness, peace, that comes to us by divine authority. It absolutely does, right? And we have the rights to build and take down governments. I say we, my friends, again, I'm talking for you Americans out there with your U.S. Constitution. And again, it affects, I think it holds true to my powerful country in Canada. So again, guys, you have the rights to build and take down governments. I think a lot of people in America and around the world, they forget that they have the right to build and take down governments. You guys have every right, and you Americans should be doing a revolution, I believe. You know, just like in Vietnam, let's talk about and do a revolution and try to get our divine right finally, for example, to the black budget technology guys, and call out these shadow groups within the defense contractors and elements of the CIA, the NSA, the NRO. They've been lying to you guys for 60, really to 70 years now on the black budget technology guys, military UFOs. The cover-up's been going on for 70 years, my friends. Yes, this is a real reality, my friends, we got to look at. I mean, again, they're financially harvesting the planet. So again, back to the U.S. Constitution. Your rights to freedom, liberty, happiness, and I would add peace, that all comes to us by divine authority. Okay, guys? And again, you have the rights to build and take down governments. And, you know, those values that came out of the Scottish Enlightenment, they also include, you know, the rights to individual rights and property rights. That combination of individual rights and property rights, that was a miraculous covenant, my friends. It absolutely was, right? And again, my friends, now we're seeing, though, in the last several decades, a real divide and conquer. The CIA elements of them, they are trying to strip away and trying to persuade people in their hearts and minds. You Americans out there, they're trying to persuade you in not believing in that covenant and in the Constitution. And they're trying to convince us Canadians as well that your Constitution doesn't mean anything. This is what they do, my friends, right? Because unfortunately, a lot of these shadow groups, or some of them, they want to exercise dominant control over global populations. This means elements of the Rothschilds. You know, we hear about the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller foundations and families, right? And they own all kinds of companies that are trying to exercise dominant control and power, often doing insidious activities, my friends, and unconstitutional and sometimes monumental crimes. You know, it's really unfortunate. But my friends, the Rothschilds, you know, and the Rockefellers, that's just only one example, my friends, of some of the shadow governments out there and elements of the deep state. We're talking about, I've discussed this before, my friends, and it relates to the stripping down the U.S. Constitution. We have got to look at part of the intelligence financial community. We've got to look at the corporate intelligence community, my friends, and the whole intelligence apparatus, the CIA, again, guys, elements of the CIA, the NSA, the NRO. We got to focus on the military defense contractors, guys. Come on, that we all know, anybody who looks at it, my friends, they are gouging trillions and trillions of dollars from you U.S. taxpayers over the years. And that affects, again, my beautiful people in Canada. They're gouging taxpayers' money, my friends. And I haven't even included, of course, that elements guys, you know I focus a lot on Lockheed Martin. Of all the defense contractors, Lockheed Martin have largely been, they're just out of control. They've largely been unencumbered from any responsibility and accountability, my friends. And it's about goddamn well time that Lockheed Martin be accountable, okay? And I always add a qualifier that Lockheed Martin have some of the best engineers and scientists, so they never have to be mad at me. And of course, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, they're doing classified work as well. But just to give you a quick example of how the defense contractors work, my friends, and why we need to focus on them. Not only are they gouging trillions of dollars from taxpayers, hundreds of billions of dollars every year, they use hundreds of billions of dollars of covert economic crime cash flows as well, my friends. You better believe it. And a lot of this is, I believe, to create ethnic wars around the world. We can see it, my friends. And this means elements of the CIA. We know, again, guys, just look at real history here. Just look at recent history, not to mention since 1947. I told you before, my friends, the CIA have been doing covert operations with no restrictions whatsoever in the United States, in their own backyard, and across the world in other countries, my friends. These are facts, okay? And in recent history, we know the war in Iraq. Who lied to the government, my friends, right? Who lied to the public, the world, about, weapons of mass destruction? It was the CIA, my friends. They wanted to inject power in the Middle East. I always describe some of the greedy, Nazi, petro-Nazi, American, British, misanthropic money whores out there, my friends, right? Some of the petro-oligarchs, the militarized warmongers, the troglodytes, and kleptocrats, because there's a lot of liars, my friends, right? Again, guys, we've got to have intelligent discourse. We got to look at these shadow groups, my friends, and call them out. And we could do it respectfully and firmly, my friends, okay? It's inexplicable to me. I've been talking to my friends here in Canada, why you Americans have not done a revolution yet. Why have you not done a march in front of Washington? And now you wait and wait and wait. And now look what's happened, my friends. I think a lot of people would concur that elements of the CIA and the defense contractors, the deep state shadow government, therefore, my friends, they engineered this virus, this whole pathetic coronavirus. It's man-made, my friends. It really is. I gotta laugh, guys, because people that just watch corporate media, do you notice that they never focus on the CIA? They never even talk about the CIA and the intelligence community, certainly not in a meaningful way. They never look at it, in other words, guys. People that watch CNN, Fox News, get their daily dose, from CNBC, and the list goes on, guys, right? Well, none of those people, they don't talk about the behavior of the CIA, guys. They don't talk about the defense contractors. They don't discuss the real secret space program, which they should, my friends. I've always said, my friends, if you ignore the topics, the issues of the real secret space program, what the hell's going on up in space, guys, right? If you ignore the underground, under-ocean facilities, the underground bases that we got worldwide, that again, in part at least, is for military UFO flying programs. It certainly is, guys. A large part of it is. If you ignore that, you're ignoring slavery. You're ignoring largely, guys, the missing trillions from the U.S. federal government that we know is absolutely off the charts, guys. The United States black budget is so off the main path. And guys, I discussed the missing trillions. I hope you'll hop on to my long video that I did. We're going to do a whole series, God willing, the missing trillions again, guys, because it's so important. And I follow in the line of research from the great Catherine Austin Fitts. Okay, my friends? But again, guys, people from corporate media, I don't hear them talking about the important issues of the intelligence community and what they are doing to the world, my friends, to their own American society. We know the CIA is a cancer on society, unfortunately, my friends, largely, okay? They are not a friend to the United States or any of our allies, okay? But again, to qualify, there's still some good people in the CIA, guys. And again, we got to compel those good guys in these compartmented structures and in the intelligence communities, speak out, speak to the power of truth. Let's do the right thing. And guys, eventually we, the public, we've got to override the intelligence communities, guys, because they're largely out of control, particularly the CIA, okay? So, and I told you about the history of the CIA, my friends, and it relates again to the amazing U.S. Constitution, because we know they're trying to stripping down of the Constitution every which way they can, my friends. But they're having great difficulty at the same time because, the handshake of the United States, again, was that U.S. Constitution that was created, my friends, and the values, the amazing values that came out of the Scottish Enlightenment. So that, they can't just, strip away the U.S. Constitution whenever they want. But they've done it. They've done it at times, my friends, in certain ways, right? with 9/11, for example. Remember the inside job, the hideous deaths that came from 9/11, guys? That was an inside job. That was totally a false flag. Most people that look at it, you know, that doesn't just buy into the corporate lamestream media narrative, people know that that was an inside job. I've talked about it before, guys, briefly. Again, you're gonna tell me that we're supposed to believe George W. Bush and, you know, these puppet presidents that, oh, 6 or 7 or what was it, 12 box cutter Arabs infiltrated the most sensitive airspace in the world, the United States, and they were able to pull off bringing down those buildings on their own? Give me a break. The CIA planned that for years, my friends. Again, elements of the CIA and some other shadow groups, no doubt about it. I mean, look at it. And it was all to inject power in the Middle East again, my friends. Remember, these wars, these ethnic wars and false flags, it's often to consolidate power in the Middle East, to control those oil fields, right, guys? It absolutely is. I hope you agree with me. You know, it's all about having that multinational consortium of corporate power. And we see, unfortunately, a large part of the United States, my friends, for decades, it's been a Nazi-esque model, right? Guys, we see the corporations, they've exercised way too much power and control. There's way too much greed and secrecy going on. And that was largely the Hitler model, my friends. We're going to get more into videos on how the United States have run their country largely as a Nazi-esque model, unfortunately, guys. And that really started shortly after 1947, okay? But particularly through the 1960s up to the present, okay, guys? I mean, come on. Hitler, what did Hitler want inside of Nazi Germany? Crazy Hitler, right? He wanted a multinational corporate state with multinational ruling, the private banks in control. Well, what do we see the United States, my friends? And what do they, even Catherine says, United States United States Homeland Security, Homeland? I mean, come on, guys, is that subtle? I don't think so, right? I mean, Homeland was in Nazi Germany, my friends. I mean, come on. And my friends, we're going to do another video, and we're going to discuss COG, continuity government. And this relates to the U.S. Constitution again, guys, because continuity government is totally separate from the U.S. Constitution. It shouldn't even exist, guys. Remember, COG was made as part of, it's that vast infrastructure that was created during the Cold War, and rightly so, in case there was a nuclear war, then the governments could continue and function underground, right? So there's a lot of secrecy, there's a lot of secret technology development, and it's called continuity government, guys. And the great Peter Dale Scott, he's the one that studied this for 50 years. And yet the continuity government, my friends, they're trying to position certain people in power right now to try to, again, to even be president possibly, my friends. We're going to discuss a 3 or 4 star general on the next video, my friends, I hope. And he's literally part of continuity government. Dark Journals did a great job researching this guy. I'm researching him as well, my friends. And this guy is slime, I believe. He's probably a good general, but the people, it's more the people behind the curtains that are pushing this guy out to slime his way into possibly to become president one day, my friends. Yes, this is what we're seeing, my friends, if you just look at it. And we got to discuss it, and we got to stop it, my friends. We got to be hyper vigilant. Let's fight for our power and sovereignty, my friends. Let's have global vigilance for victory. And this means being aware of the amazing values that came out of the Scottish Enlightenment and fighting for it, my friends, right? We've got to enforce those values from the Scottish Enlightenment. We got to enforce the values of the U.S. Constitution, guys, right? We got to fight for our freedoms, in other words. My friends, if we just go along with the CIA antics, are you kidding me? Then we're not representing ourselves, my friends. We're going to continue to have slavery. We're going to continue to bend over for the deep state shadow government, guys, right? We've got to fight for our freedoms, my friends. And I absolutely know that if we fight for the U.S. Constitution, for example, guys, if we fight for our freedoms, if we have intelligent discourse on these all-important issues, if we coalesce our ideas and thinking, in other words, guys, we absolutely can, I believe, facilitate a profound, transformative, positive change in our world, and we can manifest a true beauty for ourselves on this precious planet. We absolutely can, my friends. And part of part of doing this, my friends, I believe we need a whole new awareness campaign over the United States intel agencies. And every sovereign nation is going to have their own intel agencies, of course, guys, right? So we've got to speak about it, my friends, and we've got to change our behavior. We have to ask the right questions, and we got to take action, my friends, okay? And, you know, we have to ask ourselves, how do we grow a culture in society to sustain ethical leadership, my friends? Because the last point I want to make on this video is, remember the late, great John F. Kennedy. I'm going to show a picture of him, hopefully, on my next video, my friends. He was a great believer, of course, in the U.S. Constitution. And he was a believer in freedom, therefore, my friends, and a fighter for freedom. He wasn't perfect. Everybody's got certain flaws in their own personality. But largely, he was a great man, my friends. And again, because he was a fighter for freedom. He believed in freedom and sovereignty, and he believed in that U.S. Constitution, what it stood for, my friends. And he wanted, you know, the United States would have been much, much wealthier if he was able to serve out his term. And we know, my friends, going back to the CIA, we know, and Dark Journalist knows, and other researchers, the CIA were all over that heinous murder that took out their own president. Can you imagine? The CIA, yes, my friends. And when they do these unconstitutional monumental crimes, by the way, they often have Nazis boots on the ground to carry out these agendas, by the way. Did you know that? That's a known fact, guys, okay? Even the great Joseph P. Farrell, the researcher, knows that too. So, my friends, we've got to fight for freedoms, and let's honor John F. Kennedy's life. I didn't live through his time, but I know what he stood for, my friends. I've heard a lot about JFK. Dark Journalists talked a lot about him as well, and we should, my friends. And again, we should honor his life, I believe, okay? He was not a puppet president, unfortunately, like a lot of other presidents. Almost every single president is basically just a puppet, my friends, again, for the shadow government, the deep state, the 1% of the 1% elites out there, guys, okay? We can't let them consolidate this kind of power, my friends, and dominant control over global populations, right, my friends? We absolutely cannot, and we need to refresh and rejuvenate that covenant, those amazing values, again out of the Scottish Enlightenment, guys, and we can do it. We absolutely can, okay? Thank you so much for listening, my friends. I know there's a lot to digest today, but I try to make a shorter video, condense it up, talking about the U.S. Constitution, guys, and those amazing values, okay? So let's fight for our freedoms, my friends. That's what it's all about, okay, guys? Because again, elements of the CIA, the NSA, the NRO, the defense contractors, they lie, deny, and deceive at the expense of American taxpayers, guys. That is their mandate. Don't ever forget that, my friends. Most people don't realize. It is the mandate of the CIA, the NSA, the NRO, the defense contractors, some of them, to lie, deny, and deceive at the expense of American taxpayers, guys. That's a fact, okay? Do not be deceived, my friends, okay? And remember, my friends, these shadow groups in these structures and in these organizations, and some of the 1%, the 1% elites, therefore, guys, some of the greedy, misanthropic money hoarders, I said, some of the petro-Nazi American British misanthropic money hoarders out there, they do not want to let go of their fundamental income and the enslavement of the human race, guys. That's the bottom line, and that's why we got to fight them, guys, and expose these evildoers. We absolutely do. There are some real super degenerative scumbags in elements of the CIA, NSA, NRO, and the defense contractors, some of them, guys. There absolutely is, and we got to call them out, like I said, my friends, okay? Thanks so much for listening. I hope you subscribe. I hope you give me the thumbs up. Hit that church bell, do all that good stuff. And in my description, my friends, once again, hopefully I'll have my Instagram, Facebook, my multimedia sites if you want to follow me. And I hope to have my one-time donation linked up again called Ko-Fi that allows a one-time donation. Everybody out there that, you know, if you're willing to support me, I'd really appreciate it. Even if it's just $1 or $2 a month, however much you want to, you know, support me, my friends. I know your intentions are pure and I appreciate it. I really do. I could use a video camera if you want me to have more heft, as I say, in projection in my videos and better sound quality. And I'll take it upon me, my friends, to eventually hopefully work with an editor, particularly when we have more social gatherings, can sit down with people. And I'll be sitting down with an editor and my professional photographer, and eventually we're going to polish up my videos, guys. And I know with your support, like I said, we could take this channel to a whole new level. And I love studying the real secret space program. And today, my friends, I love fighting for the U.S. Constitution even though I'm in Canada, my friends, because it does relate in a big way to my powerful country of Canada, what we stand for too, guys. Okay? Thanks so much. Have a great day, everybody. You Americans, stay positive and fight for your freedoms out there, and fight for that U.S. Constitution, of course, too. Have a great day, everybody. More great videos to come, I promise. Bye.